into how to do a silver and what to do for a silver and all that stuff, I just wanted to talk to the girls for a little bit and say, I really want the silver and the gold not to be something that you have to do. Okay, you guys all know that. There's things that you want to do and there's things that you have to do. I am hoping that I can get you really interested in doing a silver that inspires you. That you're going to be like, cool, I want to do this. I want to make a difference. I want to see what happens. I can do this. And that's what I want you to come out of the silver with, is this sense of accomplishment, saying, I made that happen. For example, those of you who are at Netherwood know of the outdoor classroom by the library, right? That was done for a silver by Taylor Vandewater. She made those benches. Before she started, she didn't know how to do that. She came over to my house. I showed her how to use the equipment, and she learned how to make a bench. And then, that's the part of the silver, she taught other people how to make that bench, and she made 12 of them. And some of you might get scared by, how do I pay for 12 benches? Well, she had people adopt the bench. So when you think about your project, think about creative ways to get other people to pay for it. She had people adopt a bench, and for these little plaques, she had their name put on the bench. And they basically paid for her project. They made the donation, she made the benches with her volunteers, and she led them. Another project that I worked with a girl at Trevor Zoo, they had these feed bags that they just threw out. They were nice, solid, like feed bags, but they'd thrown out. And she saw that, and she saw the waste. So this girl went and figured out a way to make reusable bags out of the feed bags. She learned how to cut them and sew them and make them into something that they would sell at the gift shop there. But that's not, you going out and making those things is not a silver project. What made it a silver project is, number one, she researched. She figured out how to do it. Number two, she wrote a how-to to share with other people. Number three, she did workshops to teach the other people. She led them in making these feed bags. And then she recruited a whole bunch of volunteers from those workshops that signed pledges to say, I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to come to the Trevor Zoo, pick up feed bags, transform them into reusable grocery bags, and bring them back. So that made it a silver project, all right? So there's community service. If she had gone and just done it by herself, and that was it, that would be community service, because she's just helping out, right? But the fact that she created something that was going to continue, and she educated a whole bunch of people, she recruited the volunteers. You see all those buzzwords I'm using, right? Lead, develop, recruit. When you write up all your stuff, make sure you brag about what you did, right? Don't just say, oh, I made a couple benches, right? I designed the benches. I recruited the volunteers. I learned how to build them. You know, all those things that you have done, because you guys are really smart. You have a lot of talents. You can put those talents to good use, all right? So I'm hoping your brains are thinking about what things do I like? What difference can I make, right? For example, another girl, and this is for a gold, and the gold and the silver, really the big difference between the gold and the silver is the amount of hours it takes to do that. What Taylor did for the outdoor classroom easily could have been a gold because of the hours she put into it. The gold project at Netherwood, again, they painted inspirational sayings on the bathrooms, both the boys and the girls. That was a gold project. She recruited people to help her out. She designed the sayings and the drawings and brought them to the principal to get them approved, right? A lot of things that you have to do, you're working with somebody else to get them approved. So you are the leader on the project. And she got paints donated, and you know, if you got a whole bunch of blue donated, well, that might change what you're gonna put up there on the walls, right? So that was part of her project, the reusing of paint. That, how many of you guys have half-used things of paint in your house? I bet everybody here probably has some half-used things of paint down in their basement, right? So that's what she did. She gathered those up and went with it. I had a girl that did a mural at the SPCA, same thing. She gathered up used paint, went with it. So those types of projects can inspire you to do stuff. Another girl did a project for the SPCA where she made cat toys. Now again, if she had just gone and made cat toys, that's not a silver project. But she designed cat toys, she got the materials together, she again ran workshops. With a whole bunch of people, she went out on community days and shared what she was doing. Some of you guys may have been at Community Day 2 years ago when Sierra Madison shared her dog beds that she made. She took tires and had her volunteers clean the tires, paint the tires, and install nice soft little beds inside the tires. And those were dog beds. And she went to Hyde Park Community Day to share what she had developed and made for the SPCA and a couple other shelters. So all of those different ideas. One girl did cat scratch toys, again for the SPCA.